I'm Job, a man from the land of Uz, known for my integrity and righteousness. I had a good life. I was wealthy, with a loving family, and enjoyed the favor of God. My days were filled with blessings. I had 7 sons and 3 daughters, countless flocks and herds, and I was respected by my community. Every day, I would offer sacrifices for my children, just in case they had sinned. I wanted to ensure they were right with God. I had a close relationship with Him, filled with devotion and gratitude. But little did I know that everything would soon change. One day, the heavenly beings presented themselves before God, and Satan came among them. God boasted about me, saying there is no one like me on earth. But Satan questioned my integrity, suggesting that it was only good because God had blessed me. So, with God's permission, Satan set out to test me, to see how deep my faith really ran. It began with tragedy. Messengers came one after another, each bringing devastating news. The Sabians raided and stole my oxen and donkeys, and my servants were killed. Fire fell from the sky and consumed my sheep and shepherds. The Chaldeans came and took my camels, killing more of my servants. And finally, a great wind collapsed the house where my children were gathered, and all of them perished. In the midst of this unimaginable loss, I tore my robe and shaved my head in mourning. But I fell to the ground and worshiped God, saying, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Even in my grief, I refused to curse God. Satan wasn't satisfied. He returned to God and argued that if I were afflicted in my body, I would surely abandon my faith. So, once again, God allowed Satan to test me, but he couldn't take my life. My body was covered with painful sores, from the soles of my feet to the crown of my head. I sat in ashes, scraping my sores. My wife, devastated and struggling to understand, urged me to curse God and die. But I told her, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" My heart was heavy, yet my faith persisted. Then my friends came to comfort me. They sat in silence for 7 days, filled with sorrow. But soon, they began to argue. They suggested that my suffering was a punishment for some secret sin. They couldn't fathom that I was innocent, and their words cut deep. I pleaded my case before God, asking Him why He had turned against me, searching for answers as I grappled with my pain and confusion. For what seemed like an eternity, I lamented my fate, longing for a chance to plead my innocence directly before the Almighty. I felt isolated, my heart heavy with sorrow and bewilderment. Yet, even in the depths of my despair, I clung to my faith, hoping that somehow God would deliver me from my suffering.